Hold on, they're showing some exclusive footage right now. I'm not sure what this is. Right now they're showing Budokai. What are they doing? They said it's exclusive footage. What is this? Please tell me they're making another Budokai. No shot! Say you swear! Yo! What is this? They're making another Budokai? Oh my god! A new Budokai Tenkaichi! Budokai 4? Budokai Tenkaichi 4?
A whole new game. Dragon Ball games have been more popular.
Fucking finally a new big Dragon Ball game!
And you guys already know this. Budokai Tenkaichi.
This shit better
in the
be.
West, sparkling in Japan and Asia.
This shit better have rollback.
It's been a new installment for 10 years. But the series is set to return. So who's hyped for this game right now?
Fucking me, dude. Hold on, let's turn this dude up.
So the game is still in early stages of development.
Fuck, then we're not getting this for 2
The team
years.
made this video especially for you guys at Battle Hour.
We're not getting this for 2 years.
So I know there's a lot of excitement in this room right now, but stay tuned for more information.
Taking it in the finals.
Yeah,
That was
5
nasty.
years, man. I'm so happy for him. Again, so many.
Is Hiroki here to present the awards?
He had to overcome.
Kind of hope Hiroki's here to present the awards, because if it is, then I know we're getting something major for this up. Then we're getting at least rollback announced today.
But here we are. And
Not only Mikey, but also Hiroki-san.
Yes, it's coming. Rollback is for sure coming. Look at her. She's the GOAT. The GOAT. Do it to him. Do it to us. Let us know. Come on. Tell us. Tell us. Tell us. Tell us.
My goodness.
I'm so ready to pull up Twitter and just be like, no shot.
Thank you. Thank you. そしてですね、この場を借りてちょっとお知らせしたいことがあるんですけれども、昨年のエボでちょっと発表させていただきましたロールバックについてなんですけれども、
Hey, what she say?
今、春頃にスチームでのベータ版、こちらの方を実行していきたいなと思いまして、絶賛開発の方を進めております。
She speaks too
But I want to
fast.
take this opportunity to give you guys some updates. I'm sure a lot of people in this room are curious about where we are with the rollback netcode we announced at EVO last year. And we're currently planning a beta test on Steam, hopefully around spring.
Wait, spring's like April showers bring. That's like next month.
お力添えをいただきながら、皆様のフィードバックをいただきながら、ロールバックの方は実装ですね、完成させていきたいと思っております。
Everyone in the back's like, damn, they want that shit sooner.
実装までお待ちいただくことになってしまうんですけれども、皆様のお力添えをいただければと思っております。
And the official release is probably going to take a little bit longer, but of course we want to hear your feedback as we bring this feature to completion. So I'd appreciate everyone's participation and support in helping us.
Yo, best believe I will be doing sets on sets on sets, because I do play on PC. I will be there for it.
今しばらくお待ちいただければと思います。
And details regarding the beta test will be announced at a later date, so please stay patient and stay tuned for more information.
そしてですね、もう一個お知らせの方ありまして、同じく昨年のエボでですね、バランス調整の方は
バランス
と告知をさせていただいたんですけれども、今年もドラゴンボールファイターズはツアーをやっていきたいと思ってますし、ありがたいことにエボでもメインタイトルに選出していただきましたので、
Wait.
バランス調整の方を
Say you swear. Say you swear. Say you swear. Say you
I know we announced last year that we completed all the balance adjustments for Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Say you swear.
But I want to mention we're looking into having
Say you
another Dragon
Say you
Ball
swear.
FighterZ
Say
World
you
Tour.
swear. Say you swear.
And because Dragon Ball FighterZ was selected as an official title for EVO this year, we're working on another patch to further balance out.
Yes. Oh my god. This is insane. Yo, say you swear. Everything I swear. The only thing they could have said was freaking characters, and no one was asking for that at this point.
So please stay tuned for more information about when we drop this information.
They delivered. Just don't nerf 18. Please, now I'm begging. Don't nerf 18. Don't nerf my character.
A huge thank you to everyone who supported Dragon Ball FighterZ throughout the years and making today possible. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
This was amazing. Oh my god. This was everything we
Thank
needed.
you. Congratulations. Thank you. One more huge round of applause.
That was awesome. This is exactly what we asked for. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how else to say this, but like, they actually announced Rollback at another patch. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing a post-commentary video now. I'm going to be talking about mainly, this is going to be going over the video, the footage that you're seeing. So, in general, I'm mainly, I can honestly say I'm really excited for Tenkaichi 4 because it's kind of crazy. They left that grew up on that game. That game literally carried to just win. That's one of the people that put me on Fighters, one of my cousins, and I have another set with someone else coming out, another one of my close cousins. They're both often in my comments, so you guys will probably eventually get to recognize them, and they're also in the Discord. If you guys want to join, that'll be linked in the description down below. Always is. But Tenkaichi 4, that big title, grew up with it as a kid. We all played it on the Wii. That's just how we played our Dragon Ball games when we were younger. That and Xenoverse, once it eventually came out, but originally it was Tenkaichi and doing those Kamehameha inputs and stuff with your hands. That was, so to see that this is coming out with a no installment, and you can tell just by looking at it that it's on the Unreal Engine 5. If you look at the background, the actual background from the actual background, wow, why am I struggling with this? The background that they showed in the trailer where Super Saiyan Blue Goku was just standing there. If you look at the background of Planet Namek, you can see that that's definitely Unreal Engine 5 that's being used to make this. So that's actually so sick. The potential for graphics is insane, and it should be, if they can literally just take Budokai Tenkaichi's 3's mechanics and just smooth them out to be with better graphics and just fix some of the bugginess of the game. Honestly, that game would be so golden. It would be genuinely perfect with the storyline from including Super now. That's all they would have to do, literally, to make this entire game work. And just knowing that is on the horizons is wild. It's absolutely wild to me. But I can't say that I saw this coming in a million years. I'm just so ecstatic for this one. So honestly, comment down below how you guys feel about this, and shoot now. And who are you most excited to see in Tenkaichi 4? What changes do you want to see from Tenkaichi 3 to 4? We're not talking about Raging Blast. We're leaving that in the past. We're gonna pretend like that and Infinite Reload is cool. We're just gonna pretend like, all those things as if those things didn't happen. We're just gonna talk about from Tenkaichi 3 since we are talking strictly Tenkaichi here. But now without further ado, we're gonna make a hard cut here, and by hard cut I mean a mental cut in my head, because otherwise I will still keep going back. But I'm gonna make a hard cut and talk about now the patch notes. And thank God that this is now bleeding over into the next match, because I'm a little bit dumb, and I wouldn't be able to, make that separation in my head without, being able to, physically have some sort of visual landmarker. But anyways, enough about me being having the mind of a Dragon Ball fan. Let's talk about Dragon Ball Fighters and the patch notes and Rollback now. So first, let's fry the thing that we all knew was coming. And some people, I've been on Twitter already. Some people are actually saying that Bandai fumbled here, and I can't disagree more. Sure, it was an announcement for an announcement, because that's just the way it is. But they just told us, the announcement that they gave us was them telling us that Rollback is technically here-ish. Someone said, I saw on Twitter, someone was like, spring ends June 21st, so we can get it as late as June 21st. Okay, but spring starts March 15th. It is March 5th as of the time that this was announced. It's right around the corner most likely that this beta is coming out. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some Twitter posts or some other posts saying that Fighters is gonna get the Rollback beta pretty soon, within that time. So honestly, I would expect to see it maybe end of March, beginning of April. That's wishful thinking, because now segueing in towards there's a couple ways they could do this. They can either release the balance patch with rollback. This is just pure speculation. There's damn near almost baseless. They could release the balance patch with rollback after Evo, so that people so that Evo was already and like have them both after it's been beta tested come out already, and just, you know, call it is what it is. And so we have both to adjust to at the same time after, or they could do this. They could give us the beta, drop the patch, let us get used to the patch, and then give them a while as they're taking the feedback from and then probably do another beta with now the patch involved, and then give us, and then take feedback from that, then release rollback. I'm gonna call that option A. Or they could just release them both together after Evo. It would most likely be after Evo, since they'd be doing such a big drop, and they wouldn't want to, since Evo's coming up in August, they wouldn't want to, they would still want their pro players to be already somewhat accustomed, and they would probably end up teasing it like they did with the balance patch at, I believe it was Evo last year. I think it was Evo last year that they when they showed us like gameplay of, I think, it was either lab code or they showed us, I don't remember exactly what, but they showed us some gameplay from either the battle hour or something. Oh, I think it was during the battle hour of last year, the early one in last year, that they showed us gameplay of 21 before she released, and they had their pro players just actually play with her and do a little tournament where everyone used her. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Someone in the comments, please let me know if they know what if they get what I'm trying to talk about. But I'm not quite hitting the nail. But they could do something like that. We'll call that option B, or they could pull something else and just be Bandai, and then just like take forever, and then give us rollback eventually, then balance update somewhere. I don't really know, because they didn't really give us any type of solid release dates at all for either, other than the fact that we know that the beta is coming out in spring. So it has been under work, and it isn't just SpongeBob holding that paper saying V. So yeah, we have that to look forward to. But the patch notes, now this part of the video for funsies. Now this rest of the video is just fun talk. We have another patch on the horizons. And you know what that means. We get to start making wish lists of what we want to see on the patch and what we don't want to see. So for me, I'm starting right here, right now. Marker saying, chapter marker saying what I want to see in the patch. I want them to put a from the Ultimate Dragon Ball Fighters game mod from the game. 18 is able to. They changed 18's barrier, the way it works. They gave her the properties of 17 somewhat to where she can go. Her self barrier can go through supers, like it can block supers, and she no longer is able to cancel into supers from her barrier, but she can cancel into her normals. I think that is much better for her as a character, because her specials are nowhere near as good of a button to get out of. Like right here, see, just in this footage right here, we see me getting hit by a super because I wasn't ready. And we should also fix that barrier too, you know, fix hitboxes a little bit, because you know that's kind of crazy that I just got hit there through a barrier. But that's the top of the list for me. Make 18 a little bit better, because you know I'm a fanboy. Some might say that she's fine, leave her where she is because she's balanced. And while I can agree on that, I want my favorite character to be absolutely busted, so I'm gonna say buff 18. Next on the list, obviously, nerf Vegito.
You what?
Hit a whole different section, because I'm about to use this for mental brainstorming. Okay, we're gonna. I'll put this up on the screen at times, and I'll flash this up on the screen as what I think my current tier list is, since I guess we're here now. So, okay, we're starting off 16. He does have a couple bug fixes that could be used. I think he's currently B tier when played well enough. He's not good enough to be A tier. 17, he's not S tier, he's A tier. If he does, we'll see how I feel about the rest of it. GT Goku, A tier, he's solid. He could take away the nerf that actually I'll put him B tier, because let's change this to needs Okay, that's to avoid doing a genuine tier list. We're gonna do this. Okay. So the way I'm thinking about this in my head, maybe tone down a little. I'm more so in my head. This is where my top tiers are mainly gonna be. Like, let's just start it off already. 21, Gogeta. Where's other? There's this mole rat. This mole rat. Should I add another one? Cause it could. Oh wait, no. Okay. So we're about to find. This is where I'm gonna say a character like has a bug that's kind of fucked up. Yep. That instant cross up, mad fucked up. That needs to be fixed. Otherwise, I would say he's cool. That's just me though. He seems like he has a lot of. I'm not too familiar with Cooler himself, but like he seems like he has a lot of cool stuff. So I'm just gonna put has bugs. 18. If I'm being realistic, she's cool, but she needs some help. Needs some help. Like, okay, the way in my head I see this is cool. Is they're perfectly fine. They don't really need anything. They're pretty much, they could stay the way they are and no one should really cry about it. If anything, they should like sigh in relief that they just didn't get nerfed. Need some help is minimal changes will get them to cool. Maybe tone down a little is either, this is the only one where I say they need a nerf. The only one where I say any type of nerfs, whether it's minimal or a lot. I'll explain each one. So Krillin, I'll put him in cool for most part. Kid Buu, he's cool. Majin 21 needs some help. Give her back what they took from her. Just give it back and she's fine. Bardock's cool. You're chilling because you're borderline on top tier. So I'm gonna put you. Honestly, some people would say he's top tier. Broly could use some buffs. He needs some frame data buffs. I say that because, well, frankly, he struggles in it. Frieza desperately needs some buffs. Or more so, he needs a workaround in his entire character. That's something that we should really be seeing. Z Broly, he's cool. Ginyu, I don't really play Ginyu, so... But from everything I've seen, if they really mess with Ginyu either way, he's going to either go back to needing help or he's going to go to needing a nerf, so leave him alone. Cell could... A couple of buffs wouldn't hurt him. He could, like... If they buff him, it would people wouldn't really cry about it because he's cool. He's cool. He's already cool as he is, but he could use some buffs. Gohan, cool. Actually, I'm gonna say it. Just nah, he's cool. Never mind. There's nothing really to say there. Tohan can use some like quality of life buffs, like some things that like spice up his gameplay. Yeah, this character still needs buffs. There's no other way of saying it. He still desperately needs buffs. You, stay the way you are. I don't like you. If it were up to me personally, I'd be saying you need to get toned down. But if we're being realistic, he is fine. You could use some quality of life changes. You're fine. You're fine. I would actually choose to slightly tone you down, especially with that fucking hitbox on that auto combo. Leave this character alone. Anyone that's saying he needs to get nerfed, shut the fuck up. He just got nerfed. They made he was the, in my personal opinion, Gotenks was the coolest top tier character there's ever been. Because he required the biggest brain to play him. I'm currently thinking back to make sure that is the truth. And at least in my I almost said professional opinion. Actually, yeah, in my professional opinion, unprofessional opinion, Gotenks was the one that needed the least. Needed the biggest brain to play, because you had to truly master Ghost Oki if you wanted to take him to that next level. And they just made it even harder for no reason, because it was already really hard. Along with a lot of his combos. You're pretty cool, but you could use some quality of life buffs that could also make you cooler. Like what they did with his stances, where you can cancel stances, pretty cool. I'm saying this tier right here needs some help. If they go without it, and it's not the end of the world. Characters like, okay, I'm gonna put JC Goku here then, you here then. Okay, 16 could still use some help. I'm gonna say it. He's not where he once was, which if he was, he'd be here. But he could. There's some things that I think he could really use. Janemba, you're cool. I don't think you need anything more. You're chilling. If they maybe want to like give him some cool stuff, then nah. But he's fine either way. He needs sauce. He needs sauce, but otherwise he's cool. Kefla, you need things to make you more interesting, to make you get picked. You need better frame data on certain things. You need your DP back. Give it back. Just give it back to him. There was no reason to ever nerf it. Nappa? What do I think about Nappa? I'm not leaning towards actually broken or bugged or anything. I'm leaning towards like he could use a couple buffs if I'm being realistic. He's cool, because if you have he's a character that's meant to be used with setup and to steamroll. I mean, nah, let's put him with some buffs, because he could use some things that can make him more viable on his own as a standalone character, opposed to actually requiring someone behind him. Which brings me to my actual point. Zane showed off Zamasu really well, but I think Zamasu could still use some buffs to be played by himself a lot of... Nah, actually, we're just going to put him in cool. That character, honestly, I think is kind of top tier. I changed my mind on an absolute dime there. Piccolo could use some buffs. Baby, you're cool. Tien, buff this man again, because it'd be funny. Desperate. This man's desperate. Not even going to talk about it. Him too. He's desperate. He needs some buffs. Give him back Rocket Kick, because there was no... give Vegeta neutral again. Like, his neutrals game is kind of... It's. I'm not gonna lie. When I played Vegeta, it was heavily reliant on the fact that you're kind of running around throwing a lot of key blasts and things like that. But you're also like kind of really reliant on Rocket Kick and things like that. Just element of surprise is like your best friend with Vegeta. So, and like to get in, once you're in, and that's not hard for him to do, because he has two 50-50s I can think of off the top of my head, off of just, which don't even require much setup other than just a single assist. So that's, and it's not even a hard assist to come by. So he just needs some help. Blue Vegeta, I say buff him. He could be cooler. Videl, buff. Yamcha, he was cool, but I think he's... I mean, he, like, the things they did to him were good enough to get him to buff. But yeah, no, I think this is how... I think this is, What the hell's presentation mode? Ah. Nice. I didn't even know this was a thing. Okay, yeah. If we literally just get rid of... I'm just gonna put Cooler and Cool, because... Not gonna lie, he kind of needs that. Actually, you know what? We're gonna put Cooler in last second change. We're gonna put Cooler in needs some help, because he could actually... I think he could still use just a little bit of help. And we're gonna remove this. Delete this row. Maybe tone down a little. Because not gonna lie to you, top 4, the gap between top 4. If I were to make a genuine tier list, who else? The other people I'd throw in top tier right now, I'm gonna throw Zamasu in there, even though he's not the best when he stand alone. It doesn't matter, because a lot of the time, if you have good circulation, especially at a high level, which we just saw in the World Tour, they really did have really good circulation. Just take Zane, for example. Using this character, even on Anchor, he's still ridiculous. His damage output, his mix, he's anti these 4, which are the current meta, because they're the current 4 best characters in the game. So, yeah. I think we could use and I would put him in top tier, and then the other characters I'd put in top tier. Bam. Who else? 18. I don't think she's top tier. Beerus could be top tier, but I don't think so. I think if he is, he's like bottom of top tier. He's barely hanging on by a thread. See, it's hard to pick because there's a lot of really good characters in this game, but there's not many of them. Like, but they're all really good characters. But when you put them in comparison to these 4, they still it feels like they're out of place because they don't belong on that type of tier list. I mean, they're not on the same level of strength in characters. Those 4 are. These 4 right here are, playing a different game than the rest of the characters. So, yeah, I think this as far as buffs go, I think this is exactly what we're striving for here. Yeah, so honestly, if you guys want to let me know you guys' thoughts on this tier list that I made, tier list / characters that need, how badly, I'll call this how badly characters need buffs list. So I'll let y'all sit with this one. And honestly, if you like strongly disagree with this list, comment down below what characters you think should go in a different place, or where you think I fundamentally went wrong, or what your line of thinking is just in general to how to approach it in general. Otherwise, if you agree with me, hey, just drop a looks good to me in the comment section, and I'll catch y'all in the next video, which is honestly coming out in, what day is it now? It's Monday. As of the time, actually for me it's still Sunday. But anyways, it's about to be, by the time this video goes up, it's gonna be Monday morning, so it's gonna be the 6th. So hey, I hope you guys enjoyed, and the next video will be tomorrow, and it's a special video. It's not even Dragon Ball FighterZ, so you guys have that to look forward to, and I'll catch y'all there. Hope you guys enjoyed your stay at News World. I'm signing off.